which are so full of fat, salt and artificial ingredients that you're actually better off with the real thing. Some of the things we were coming up with were not health foods. But anyway, she tells us, there's a great work to be done in health food ministry. Sanitariums today then. Today there are very few conference sanitariums. Very few. The only sanitariums we have are basically self-supporting ones sponsored by ASI and OCI. They're organizations, self-supporting organizations of the church, but they tend to be supporting the programs of the sanitariums. By 1913, the worldwide church was well established. From her home in Elmshaven, Ellen White sent an encouraging message to the General Conference session that year. She wrote, "When in the night season I am unable to sleep, I lift my heart in prayer to God, and He strengthens me and gives me the assurance that He is with His ministering servants in the home field and in distant lands. I am encouraged and blessed as I realize that the God of Israel is still guiding His people and that He will continue to be with them even to the end." Even to the end, the Lord will guide His people. This assurance has led to great advances for the sake of Jesus Christ in our time. Country after country has been entered with medical literature, evangelism, outreach, and established Christian schools. Our Christian schools throughout the world are struggling. Many of them are joining with the states, and one by one, the distinctive Adventist message from these schools are being silenced. Someone was telling me from the Pakistani conference, he was telling me that there was a time where all the Christian schools in Pakistan, the government offered them money, and all the schools accepted government money except the Adventist school. A few years later, the government changed in Pakistan, and they turned around and said, "Because we've given you money, we're now taking over your school." So all the Christian schools got taken over by the government except the Adventist school. They stood firm. What's happened in India? In India, the Adventist schools are generating the most money for the church. So the Adventist schools are the most powerful institutions in the church. But one by one, the Adventist schools are now joining with the state. Now, in some of our schools, you are no longer allowed to give Bible studies as part of the curriculum. You're not allowed to give Bible study. And if you've got a Hindu or Muslim in your school, they have every right to miss a Bible study class. We no longer have controls over our school. In our schools today, where we call them grant maintained, there are strings attached. You have to present certain parts of the curriculum. You have to present evolution. There's no way around it. You have to employ a non-Adventist teacher if forced to. If you turn down a Catholic teacher because he's just a Catholic, you could be prosecuted. This is the situation we find ourselves in. We no longer have our distinctive message. The spirit of sacrifice displayed by pioneers like the Whites and Bates and Jane Andrews, it does continue today. The story isn't all bleak. God still has His people. It was seen in the Halliwells and their work in Brazil. Now the Seventhday Adventist Church in that great country is exploding with growth. In South America today, what's happening? Have you heard of David Gates? He's making tremendous inroads into the TV evangelism.